A last chance to possibly claim thousands of pounds for your old vehicle as the Ulez scrappage scheme comes to an end. Plus, over 50,000 people have received thousands of pounds each because their vehicles don't meet Ultra Low Emission Zone standards. The scrappage scheme was brought in last year when the Ulez area was expanded to include the whole of London. But time is running out for those who still haven't applied. The scheme will close in 3 weeks. Here's our transport correspondent, Tom Edwards.
Terry applied for scrappage for his car. It met all the criteria, but he was rejected months ago. That is, until he appeared on BBC Radio London this morning, and we contacted Transport for London. Now he'll get scrappage. TfL admits it made an error.
Annoying, frustrating at the beginning, going through the process on the computer, not being able to get through originally, and then having no reply from them. It went on for all this time. As I say, I was annoyed. It was a lovely car. It stood on my drive for a year now, and I couldn't use it. I couldn't afford to use it. It was £12.50 every time I pulled off the drive. So, so pleased that I got a call from the press officer of TfL today following that radio programme. So hopefully, in a week or two's time, I'll be an happy bunny.
Today, TfL announced the Ultra Low Emission Zone scrappage scheme would shut in 3 weeks' time. It gives £2,000 to scrap cars and £7,000 for vans that don't meet emissions standards. Ulez expansion was controversial, and the scrappage scheme changed 3 times and got more and more generous. Alex Pitcher got scrappage, but it wasn't easy.
Basically, got everything through the scheme, got my £2,000, purchased a compliant car, but the whole process was quite chaotic and torturous.
So far, though, TfL has given out £186 million in total, £70 million for 36,000 cars and motorbikes, with nearly half of applications successful, and £116 million for 18,000 vans and minibuses, where just a third met the criteria.
I think it's entirely appropriate to do these checks, really. This is public money, and we have to make sure that there's no fraud or anything being committed, and it's going to the people who most need it, really. So I think it's entirely reasonable to say you need to prove you own the vehicle, it is insured, MOT. And I think what happened initially is that we were struggling with the vast majority of applications. We had 7,000 a day as a lot, and the turnaround times took a bit of time. But over time, the turnaround times are very quick now, a matter of days, but I think it's entirely appropriate that people provide that information to get that public money.
Tonight, the Federation of Small Businesses asked for an extension, saying many of its members wouldn't be able to apply within 3 weeks. City Hall said that wouldn't be happening.
OK, so Tom, millions of pounds spent on the scrappage scheme. Does that mean it's been a success?
Well, I think politically the Mayor will say, yes, it has been a huge success, and his opponents, as you'd expect, will say it's been a complete waste of money, Ulez expansion should never have happened anyway. But practically what has happened is £186 million has gone from public funds into Londoners' pockets. Yes, there have been challenges, yes, there have been some glitches, but it did what it said it was going to do, and it has helped a lot of people upgrade their cars, their vans, and their minibuses. As we heard there, when it started, there were 7,000 applications a day. Now it's down to about 700. That's one of the reasons they're winding the whole scheme up. And there is still £20 million left. So you've got 3 weeks, if you've got a non-compliant car, to apply. I think the wider picture is, with these environmental schemes, it does show how important mitigation is. You do need big carrots to try and persuade people to change their habits, and I think that is something that politicians will be looking at seriously, and that could have huge implications for other schemes as we try and reduce our carbon emissions going forward.
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, Tom? And people have got, what, till just before midnight on the 7th of September, I think it is.
That's right.
That's 3 weeks and 1 day. OK,
Yeah.
Tom Edwards, thanks very much for that.